Yang Xinhai, a name that would become synonymous with terror and death in China, was born on July 29, 1968 in Zhengyang County, Henan. Raised in a village of 2,000 houses, he was the youngest of 4 siblings in one of the poorest families. Yang was a smart but introverted and disturbed young man. In his 17th year he abandoned school, refused to go home and embarked on a life of wandering. Working as a peace worker, he would soon run afoul of the law, being sent to a work camp for a series of thefts. But it was his arrest for attempted rape in his home village that would mark a turning point in his life. After serving 3 years in prison, a drastic transformation occurred within Yang. Upon his release from prison, Yang Xinhai would embark on a horrifying killing spree that would go on to terrorize 4 provinces in China. Once freed from prison, Yang embarked on a spree of murders and rapes that lasted for 4 gruesome years. Yang's reign of terror started in the stillness of the night, where homes turned into scenes of horror. His victims were often entire families, asleep and unaware of the impending doom. Yang would slip into these homes armed with crude, improvised weapons, axes, hammers, and shovels. His method of operation was chillingly consistent. Yang would strike in the dead of the night, methodically eliminating all occupants of the house. He showed no mercy, no hesitation. Men, women, children all fell victim to his murderous rage. The aftermath of his visits painted a gruesome picture, a tableau of violence that left communities in shock and fear. Among Yang's most notorious crimes was a heart-wrenching incident in October 2002. A father and his 6-year-old daughter were brutally murdered with a shovel. His pregnant wife, the sole survivor of Yang's onslaught, was raped and left with multiple head injuries, her life forever marred by the trauma. Yang's actions were not just confined to one area. His reign of terror extended across 4 provinces, Anhui, Hebei, Henan, and Shandong. Each time he struck he would disappear, only to surface in another province, leaving the authorities scrambling to catch a ghost. His appearance was as elusive as his identity. He'd often show up in new clothes, frequently wearing shoes that were too large. This unique trait, coupled with his transient lifestyle, made it difficult for the law enforcement agencies to pin him down. Yang's spree of violence was relentless and seemingly unstoppable. In just 4 years, he was responsible for a staggering number of murders and rapes that sent shockwaves across China. The provinces of Anhui, Hebei, Henan, and Shandong were gripped with fear, as homes turned into crime scenes and families were torn apart. In a span of 4 years, Yang Xinhai would leave a trail of blood across 4 provinces, shaking the nation to its core. His name became synonymous with fear, and his actions a dark chapter in the history of China's crime annals. On November 3, 2003, a routine police patrol in Kangzhou, Hebei, would lead to the capture of China's most notorious serial killer. An ordinary night took an extraordinary turn when Yang Xinhai was apprehended during a mundane inspection of local entertainment centers. The police were not hunting for a monster, they were merely doing their job. In the confines of the police station, the officers quickly realized they had caught a man wanted for murder in not 1, but 4 provinces. Yang didn't resist. He confessed rather quickly, admitting to a chilling list of crimes that spanned across Henan, Hebei, Anhui, and Shandong. His short but intense criminal career had left a long trail of blood. 49 murders and 17 rapes in Henan alone, 8 murders and 3 rapes in Hebei, 6 murders and 2 rapes in Anhui, 2 murders and 1 rape in Shandong. On February 1, 2004, Yang Xinhai was found guilty and sentenced to death. His reign of terror was finally over. The question that haunted everyone was, why did Yang Xinhai commit such heinous acts? To this day, the true motive behind Yang's chilling crime spree remains shrouded in mystery. There are, however, a few theories that aim to explain the inexplicable. Some reports suggest that Yang was driven by a deep-seated desire for revenge against society, which he believed had negatively influenced his relationship with his girlfriend. This theory paints a picture of a man embittered by his personal failures, lashing out at the world that he felt had wronged him. Yet another theory ventures into even darker territory. Some newspapers have claimed that Yang derived a morbid pleasure from his crimes. The act of stealing, killing, and violating his victims was, according to this perspective, a source of twisted satisfaction for him. Despite these theories, Yang himself remained largely silent about his motivations. However, one chilling statement from the man himself offers a disturbing insight into his mindset. He once said, "When I killed people, I had a desire. This inspired me to kill more. I don't care whether they deserve to live or not, it is none of my concern." Yang Xinhai's true motives may never be fully understood, but his chilling statement gives us a glimpse into the mind of a monster. On February 14, 2004, Yang Xinhai, China's most prolific serial killer, met his end. The cold specter of justice finally caught up with him as he faced execution by firing squad. His short but gruesome reign of terror had spanned 4 provinces, leaving behind a trail of blood that the nation will never forget. Yang's execution was met with a collective sigh of relief from the public. The man who had sowed fear and despair was no more. But his departure did not erase the memories of his monstrous deeds. People were left to grapple with the aftermath of his actions, the loss of their loved ones, and the violation of their homes. The legacy Yang left behind was one of fear and terror. His name became synonymous with the darkest aspects of humanity, a chilling reminder of what a person is capable of when they abandon all regard for human life. His actions cast a long, haunting shadow over the provinces he terrorized, a shadow that, to this day, lingers in the hearts of those affected. His story served as a stark wake-up call for law enforcement and the public alike, highlighting the need for vigilance, improved security, and better mental health awareness. It forced a nation to confront the uncomfortable truth that monsters do exist, not in the pages of fiction but in the harsh reality of life. Yang Xinhai, the monster killer, remains a chilling testament to the darkness that can lurk within the human soul.